Good evening, everyone, and welcome to QPAC Live, a program of the Queensborough Performing Arts Center located on the campus of Queensborough Community College in Bayside, Queens, New York. We are so happy to have you with us here tonight to help kick off the weekend. You know, we come to you live every week to celebrate the arts with programs that are unique and exciting, and tonight is no exception. Now, before we bring on our guest, we want to let you know that what makes this program so exciting is that it's interactive. We can't do that at the theater, but we can do it here. So while you're watching the broadcast, if you have a question tonight for myself or for our guest, you can just type in your questions or your comments right below the broadcast as you're watching, and we're going to be able to see what you're saying, and we're going to be able to have a conversation with you. So that's what makes it so much fun. It is interactive. If you're watching us on YouTube, you do need to sign in with a name and a password in order to be able to comment. Now, just a few announcements before we begin. We have so much entertainment coming your way. I know you're saying, Susan, we want to come to the theater and we want to be at the theater. But for now, we're keeping the music playing, and that's what's important. And we're able to stay in touch with you, engage with our viewers, and that's special and that's important. So, some announcements about upcoming programs that I know you're going to find really fun and exciting. This coming Tuesday, we're back with Name That Tune. Now, if you haven't seen Name That Tune, you must join us. We've got DJ Bucciarelli hosting the show. I pop in and out. And this week's theme is TV and movie theme songs. So if you're from the generation of Happy Days or St. Elmo's Fire or let's see, what else now? Or if you love the commercials, if you're a big commercial fan like the Band-Aid commercial or Oreo cookies, this might be the night that you join us for Name That Tune. And remember, it's a virtual game with real prizes. So pop on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. with DJ Bucciarelli. You're going to have a great time. And then on Saturday, the 12th, December 12th at 11 a.m., we've got Gotta Dance Adults version. What's Gotta Dance, you ask? Well, this is where you can work out and have a great time and make new friends all at the same time. So whether you're an experienced dancer or just a beginner, do join us. We have a fabulous dancer, teacher, choreographer who's going to warm you up, and then he's going to teach you a dance routine from one of the popular Broadway musicals. So it's also a celebration of Broadway. Now, sit down. Oh, wait. You're already sitting. Okay. The price for this class, the price is $5, just $5. So hop on our website, www.visitqpac.org, and join us for Gotta Dance Saturday, December 12th. You're going to have a blast. You're going to laugh your way through it. I'll be there dancing along with you. And then on Friday night, December 18th, Charles Brown is back. Now, if you missed Charles Brown, I think he was on about 2 weeks ago, you must watch his program on QPAC Live on YouTube. He was sensational. Charles Brown originated the role of Smokey Robinson in the Broadway musical Motown the Musical, and he was nominated for a Tony Award. He is spectacular. He's coming back on December 18th for a holiday special. He'll be singing all of your holiday favorites. So join us on the 18th. And remember, as always, our QPAC Live programs are free. They're free. And we're here for you. We hope you can be there for us. So Charles Brown on December 18th. And then finally, On the 19th, Saturday the 19th, we'll be streaming Drag Out the Holly. This is a holiday program, a musical, and it features the top drag artists today. So if you care to join us for that, again, it's based on donations. You'll want to go to Eventbrite and you're going to register there. Just type in Drag Out the Holly, register there, and don't forget to put in the code, the event registration code QPAC, because that enables us to receive the donations that you share with us. So as you can see, we've got so many exciting programs coming up, and I hope that you're there for us and they're with us for some of them, maybe all of them. Don't forget, Gotta Dance, a lot of fun. We're going to get through this together, laughing and dancing our way from beginning to end. So now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to bring on this guest for you tonight. He has played for us live on a number of occasions. Tonight, he'll be streaming for us. He's really extraordinary because he doesn't just have one talent, he has multiple talents. I would say, if I had to describe him, he's a little Harry Connick, a little Louis Armstrong, a little Michael Bublé, and a whole lot of himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Danny Bacher. Come on in, Danny.
Hello, hello. Good to see you.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
I'm fine. I'm doing great, actually. All things considered, it's good to be streaming with you.
Danny, that's a new one, but it's so true.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's great
Yeah,
to see you and hear you. I wanted to ask you a question just to kick things off. Of course,
sure.
we want our viewers to stick around for the Q&A,
Yeah,
but I
I
wanted to
wanted to
ask,
stick around just to hear me sing at this point.
yeah, well, yes. You really are so multi-talented. You of course play the sax and you sing and you're also a comedian of sorts.
Mhm.
What is your first go-to?
Well, usually in the morning it's Cheerios and a banana with 2% milk. Oh, I see what you mean. You're saying what do I say? I'm sort of my biggest strength. I think it's as an entertainer, in a sense of an entertainer. In the classic sense of the word, where somebody back in the day, could do a lot of things. Like Sammy Davis, for example, was such a great talent, and he could sing and dance and play instruments, and it was just sort of no end to what that man can do. And I think that I was always very informed and influenced by many of those great entertainers. So I've used my background as an actor and a writer and a comic for many years, and sort of married it to my musical work. And it sort of creates this, I guess, multi-talented entertainment, hat that I wear. And I love that. I think my favorite thing to do is really getting in front of a crowd and entertaining them, making them laugh, but also giving them some quality music to listen to, and sort of pay homage to the great entertainers, sort of a nod to the great entertainers of the past, but also do some of this great music from the American Popular Songbook, which I feel is very classic and very timeless.
I agree with you 100%. You're right. We don't see too many of well, we used to refer to them as the triple threats, right?
Yeah, yeah,
The all-around entertainers, the Ben Vereen's, the Sammy Davis,
yeah,
and so it's really nice when we have an entertainer that has all of these multiple strengths. So
yeah.
that's very exciting. And let me ask you, if you weren't an entertainer,
Hmm.
what would you be? What would you have studied? Do you
Hmm.
know?
That's an interesting question. I've always been into marine biology.
Really? Is that
Yeah,
true?
yeah.
Okay, because I can never tell when you're
You can't.
joking and
No,
when
no,
you're.
I'm serious. I've always loved. When I was a kid, we had like saltwater fish tanks. I got my poor father. I convinced him to get those, and of course, I was like, oh, I'll take care of the fish. I'll do. I never cleaned the tank. My dad, and we had all these unusual, not just tropical, but like marine. So it would be like moray eels and lionfish, and I was just fascinated by that. And I like scuba diving and snorkeling, and I like warm weather. So I, probably marine biology or I don't know. Maybe would have opened an ice cream store. I don't know.
Well, well, lucky I probably would have been the first one there
And
online.
if there was anything left after I got through, that's the problem, Susan. I was so worried of all the weight I've been gaining. We're all gaining so much weight during this pandemic. Everyone's eating for comfort. And a couple of weeks ago, I thought I was going to get to 270 before the two candidates.
Well, I'm trying to emerge a better me from
Well,
all this.
I'll tell you what. The top third of you looks terrific. I
Thank
can't
you
speak
very.
for the rest. I'm sure it's great. I'm not even wearing pants. That's how we are nowadays. It's like I forgot how
Well,
that.
listen, there's got to be some benefit to all this, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You get to see your knees. Look down and see your knees. It's something guys don't get to do a lot. Women, they're always wearing skirts usually, and not always, but they can see their knees more frequently. At least I can still see my knees. Anyway.
Do you see what I mean, viewers? Do you see what I mean?
Yes, they're
He's
saying,
got it
oh,
all, and
let me.
you're about to hear a lot more. Without further ado, we are looking so forward to this wonderful live set with Danny Bacher. Stick around because we want to hear your questions and comments. Stick around for the Q&A. Danny, it's all yours. Take it
All
away.
right. Thank you so much, Susan. I'm going to do a little number here for you. I talked to Susan when she asked me what did I want to do musically. Obviously limited not having my band here. I thought, who am I kidding? They're behind. You can't see them, but the band's here. It's live. And I said, let's do some stuff from my album, my most recent album, which is called Still Happy. And I think we kind of need some happy right now. So all this music you're going to hear tonight from myself is some originals and, of course, some you'll recognize. And it all sort of has that theme of happiness as part of it. So here we go. Pardon me as this little Jewish boy takes you to church here. There's an old superstition way down south. Everybody believes that trouble won't stay if you shake it away. Now there's a old superstition when they hold a revival way down south. Everybody with cares and trouble that day tries to shake it away. Shaking the blues away, unhappy news away. If you are blue, it's easy to shake off your cares and troubles, telling the blues to go. They may refuse to go, but as a rule, they'll go if you shake them away. Do like the voodoos do, listening to a voodoo melody. They shake their bodies so to and fro. With every shake, a lucky break, proving that there's a way to chase your cares away. If you would lose your weary blues, shake them away. shaking the blues away. Unhappy news away. If you are blue, it's easy to shake off your cares and trouble telling the blues to go. But they may refuse to go. Well, as a rule, they'll go if you shake them away. Do like the voodoos do, listening to a voodoo melody. They shake their bodies so to and fro. With every shake, a lucky break, proving that there's a way to chase your cares away. If you would lose your weary blues, shake them away, shake them away. You better shake them away, shake them away. Count, B, C. And there you have it. That's Little Irving Berlin for you, shaking the blues away. Great Doris Day and so many others sang that one. And that instrument I was playing, if you're wondering what it was, is a soprano saxophone. So that's what that is. Now, the next tune I'm going to do is the title track to the full album. And it's called In Spite of All This, I'm Still Happy. And it's an original of mine. I did the music and lyric, and it goes like this. Shabbat Shalom, Robin. My analyst hates me, and I'm filled with self-doubt. I took my date to see a film. The show was sold out. I'm fighting with depression, and I might lose the bout. In spite of all this, I'm still happy. When I need a laugh, I watch the 10 o'clock news. It's like I spend about half my time just wrestling the blues. My dog just left a gift inside my favorite shoes. In spite of all this, I'm still happy. Sometimes it seems that life isn't fair, but woe is me is just a point of view. The secret of this life is having someone to share, 'cause misery's more fun when there's two. Took a vacation and the whole week it rained. Romantic evenings always end with a girl who's abstained. But with all things going wrong, I really hate to complain, 'cause in spite of all this, I'm still happy. Now, I'll tell you a little story about a gal I met once. She said to me, and I said to her, she said, and I said, and we both kind of argued and said, and she said, there'll be a written transcript of what I just said at the end of the show. That's Alan Farnham on piano. In spite of all this, I'm still happy. In spite of all this, I'm still happy. Yeah, sometimes it seems that life isn't fair, but woe it's me is just a point of view. The secret of this life is having someone to share, 'cause misery's more fun when there's two. It's always the same, I'm just a guy who can't win. The crowds I choose to run with, I don't seem to fit in. Like I have said before, and I will say it again, in spite of all this, I'm still happy. Forgive me for sounding too sappy. Believe when I say I'm still happy. Well, there you have it. And here's a philosophy that I like to sort of follow. And this song was originally made famous by the great Lady Day, Billie Holiday. Smile a while, laugh in such a happy style that the world will stop and smile with you. Here's Warren. Hi, Warren. Why not grin, even when the others win? Smile and take it on the chin. When blue, don't mind the raindrops. Wait till the rain stops. You'll find the sun laughing at life. No road is lonely if you will only smile through your tears, laughing at life. Live for tomorrow, be happy today. You better laugh all your sorrows away. Start now and cheer up. The skies will clear up. Lose all your blues, laughing at life. Don't mind the raindrops, wait till the rain stops. You will find your son laughing at life. No road is lonely if you will only smile through your tears, laughing at life. Live for tomorrow, be happy today. You better laugh all your troubles and sorrows away. Start now and cheer up. The skies will clear up. Lose all your blues, laughing at life. 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 You better start laughing at life. That's Laughing at Life, Lady Day, a little Latin feel to it as well. And speaking of Latin, we're going to keep in that very happy sort of place down south of the border in Brazil. And the great Jean Lees wrote this lyric to a wonderful Antonio Carlos Jobim number, and it's called This Happy Madness. That's the wrong Happy Madness. Hold on one second. We'll get the right one. Gotta talk to that piano player later. What should I call this happy madness that I feel inside of me? Some kind of wild October gladness that I never thought I'd see. What has become of all my sadness, all my endless lonely sighs? Where are my sorrows now? What's happened to the frown? And is this self-contented clown standing there grinning in the mirror really me? I'd like to run through Central Park, carve your initials in the bark on every tree I pass for everyone to see. I feel like I've gone back to childhood and I'm skipping through the wildwood, so excited that I don't know what to do. What do I care if I'm a juvenile? I smile my secret little smile, because I know the change in me is you. What should I call this happy madness? All this unexpected joy that's turned the world into a baby's bouncing toy. The gods are laughing high above. One of them gave a little shove, and I felt gaily, gladly, madly into love. I gotta get my whistle ready here. Nice little whistle. Wet my lips. Take it, Alan. That was Alan Farnham. I feel like I've gone back to childhood and I'm skipping through the wild woods, so excited that I don't know what to do. What do I care if I'm a juvenile? I smiled my secret little smile because I know the change in me is you. It's you. What should I call this happy madness? All this unexpected joy that's turned the world into a baby's bouncing toy. The gods are laughing far above. One of them gave a little shove, and I felt getting gladly, madly into love. What should I call this happy madness? That was This Happy Madness. We're celebrating Isidore Epstein's 90th birthday. Well, happy birthday, Isidore. Let's see now. So actually, we got one more tune. I know this is a short set, and actually I'm doing a concert a little bit later. I'm here at a hotel, and I'm going to be doing a socially distanced concert in the Catskills tonight. And it's going to be me and two other people, and they'll be 75 feet away. So this will be quite an experiment. But before I go, of course, I want to do this last tune. Now, I'm a huge Johnny Mercer fanatic. I love anything Johnny Mercer wrote as a lyricist, as a composer. I just love him. And I always felt that if there was one song that could use a little updating, it was Hooray for Hollywood. Because when you'd sing the song, people are kind of looking at you strange. They don't know who Amy Semple is, let alone Shirley Temple. So I figured we could kind of update it a little bit for today's times. And what I did was I took a little bit of Mercer and a little bit of Danny Bacher, mixed them together. So I hope you enjoy my version of the samba that is Hooray for Hollywood. Hooray for Hollywood, That screwy ballyhooey Hollywood, where any office boy and a young mechanic can be a panic with just a good-looking pan. Where any shop girl could be a top girl if she pleases a tired businessman. Hooray for Hollywood, where you're terrific if you're even good. Where anyone at all from Jeremy Renner to Caitlyn Jenner is equally understood. Go out and try your luck, you could be Donald Duck. Hooray for Hollywood, hooray for Hollywood. That freaking phony vegan Hollywood. They come from everywhere, some meek, some gallant, a range of talent to give 100%. Those desperate slouches use casting couches in hopes to get their footprints into cement. Hooray for Hollywood. You may be homely in your neighborhood. Just save your money up and you'll be splurging to see a surgeon. He'll make your tuchus look good. Then grab a power sup, be sure to lawyer up. Hooray for Hollywood. Take it, Harry Allen. Charlie Karanikis on trumpet. Percussion solo. Hooray for Hollywood, that cute and free of gluten Hollywood. One day you're waiting tables or a teacher, next day you're featured in some blockbuster to see. With films so graphic, the smog and traffic will drive you right to some drug dependency. Hooray for Hollywood, where art meets commerce like it only could. The place for actors, stuntman, or YouTuber. So call in Uber, you ought to go where you should. For violence, drugs, and sex, flying to LAX. Hooray for Hollywood, it's really something. Hooray for Hollywood. All right.
Yay!
Thank you, Susan. Thank
We
you.
go like this
What
when
is
we
that?
do a virtual. That's our applauding. Woo!
Oh, okay. You don't want to just like, yeah, I guess you could break a nail, right?
Yeah, that was wonderful. You know, I think I'm going to put you on the spot because we're getting a lot of comments from our viewers, and they're wondering if maybe at some point you can do some Louis Prima, a Louis Prima song.
Absolutely. Why don't we end with a Louis Prima song tonight?
Okay, wonderful. Okay, great. So
right.
we're gonna make sure to get that. We're gonna make sure to get that Louis Prima in.
It's funny you mentioned Louis Prima because that's on my first record. It was a tribute to three Louis. If you remember, I've done that show for you before, and it's Louis Armstrong. Thank you very much, Elise. Louis Armstrong, Louis Jordan, and Louis Prima. So I can certainly oblige and do a little Louis Prima at the end of the night.
That would be awesome because that will get us all up on our feet
Absolutely.
or dancing in our chairs, as the case may be. Danny, did you always like jazz standards, or was this an acquired taste?
No, I think, it's funny when I go way back in time to like when I was a little kid. And what got me into this was my grandparents. My mother's parents lived very close to us, and we were always over there. And in the summertime, they had a pool, so we would always go swimming. And we were surrounded by that music, and it was just so festive and fun. And when I was asked by my friends, my contemporaries in grade school, what music I was into, I'd say I love jazz. And I used to get the hardest time. They'd make fun of me. And of course, I was growing up as a kid in the 80s, so they were always like, you should like, Def Leppard, or you should like all these other bands. And I just, I appreciated it, but I didn't get into it like I did jazz. And that immersion with that music, I think, is really what gave me the love for the American popular songbook, the jazz standards, Count Basie, Ellington, Benny Goodman, the big bands, the singers. So,
But who was the jazz fan in your family? Was it you? Was your mother or
I
father?
mean, it was probably my grandparents. I mean,
Your grandparents.
that generation really got me into it. My father's parents as well listened to that music, but it was really my maternal grandfather who was a lover of music and just always had the music on. He was listening to like Make Believe Ballroom and all those old radio shows, and I just was around it all the time. So it kind of, I think it sunk in, and I couldn't shake it.
It rubs off. That's why
It
it's so
does.
important to play music around young people and different kinds of music.
Yes.
Rosemary wants to know, Danny, if you could meet anyone from this era of music, who would it be?
Gosh, anyone. I probably, if I could have lunch with somebody, would be Duke Ellington.
Mm,
I just think he's such a. I mean, but there's so many. It's like, could it be like a round table, or is it the rule only one
Well,
person?
sure. Well, why don't you tell us? I mean, who
Well,
who
wouldn't it be
are
great to sit down with like Irving Berlin and Cole? Actually, I've heard Irving Berlin was not very nice, so he can sit on the other table. But like Cole Porter and Johnny Mercer and Schwartz and Dietz, all these great songwriters. Frank Lesser. I
mm,
mean, just so many of them because I love writing too. So I compose and I write lyrics, as you saw some tonight, and I've always been fascinated by just that era of songwriters, Harold Arlen, Yip Harburg. Where did that talent come from? There was so many people. It's like something in the water back then that just had the
that's right.
Gershwin. It was something about it. Never, I feel, has ever there been a time where we've had that much of a culmination of talent. Whether it's the entertainers that we speak of that are in front of the audience, the musicians, the innovators of such. There was such an innovation. I feel in the early 20th century that I don't know if we've ever been there since.
If you listen to early Gershwin, you hear the Jewish melodies
Oh, same with Harold
in
Arlen. Yeah. Well, of course, Harold Arlen's father was a cantor, and that's very influential. I mean, I think what's interesting about that music is you have a mixture of Western music and then African American music, which created this blues. And what people like Gershwin or Harold Arlen were so interested in was the mixing blues with that Western kind of, or even Eastern music in the sense of the Jewish influence. So it was this what's great about jazz is it's such a true American art form because it's such a
Mm,
mix of everything. It's such a melting pot of music and
mhm.
styles. So, it's just endlessly fascinating to me.
So those are your musical heroes,
I mean,
I
I would
guess.
say, and of course, there's also players too. Like I love certain sax players. I
Mm,
love Ben Webster. I love Zoot Sims and Stan Getz. I love Clark Terry. Trumpet player and
yeah.
singer. Clark was just nobody could swing like him. And I listened to certain piano players. I mean, there's a long list of heroes. And then of course,
You play the soprano sax, right?
I play all of them, but mainly the
Oh,
soprano. That sets me apart a little because not too many people play it, and those people that play it, some people, it's a very hard instrument to get a good sound on, and I've worked very hard to get a nice tone. So
i-
it's it,
is that the hardest of the
well,
saxophones to play,
I
you
think
think?
it's the most demanding of the saxophones
Mhm,
because you have to do a lot with it. It's funny. There are soprano players that'll play with a very tight embouchure, which means how you hold your lips and your mouth over the mouthpiece. And I approach it as a tenor player, and I think that's what Zoot Sims and people like Lucky Thompson did, because they were tenor players. And when you listen to those guys in particular, they have a very lush sound on the soprano, a very beautiful kind of velvet tone, almost like a Paul Desmond, if you know that name. He played with Dave Brubeck a lot.
mhm.
And I just always felt, if you're going to go for a sound, you want to strive for something that's very pretty to listen to. And very often, even Coltrane, who I worship as a saxophonist, I was never a big fan of his sound on soprano because it was more of a harsh sound, and it can tend to be a little bit whiny or harsh. And a lot of people stay away from it. So I think in that case, it is a very demanding instrument.
Do you have to practice a lot?
I practice. I've always practiced a lot growing up. I don't practice as much as I used to because I feel like time has gotten in the way, and it's like there's a lot of times where I always make time for it, but it's not as much time as I'd like to, because just so busy. And even with COVID, as I told you earlier, before we started, been busy. I've been pretty busy doing a lot of virtual things. Doing some out of town stuff, doing outdoor things. Up until November, I was doing a lot of outdoor concerts, which was nice, and some jazz festivals. So you know.
And how is it working with Michael Feinstein? Stein?
Oh, Feinstein, yeah. You say Feinstein, and I say Feinstein.
That's right.
Anyway, so
Tomato,
it was
tomato.
great. It was great. We did a show together at Carnegie, and it was like a tribute to Jewish American music,
Mm.
and I was there with Sheldon Harnick.
Oh, that's
And it
amazing.
was so
Of
cool. And
course,
Sheldon,
for those folks who don't know, he wrote the music for
no, no,
the
no,
Blonde
lyrics, lyrics.
Oh,
Yeah,
lyrics
lyrics for
for the Blonde
Fiddler and She Loves Me and so many.
Amazing,
Yeah,
amazing.
just a great talent and still going. And he's 90. He'll be 97, I think, coming up. And there's a few of those greats left. You have Stephen Sondheim, you've got Sheldon Harnick, and a few other nice Italian boys. No, but it's it's I think that of course Charles Strauss is still with us, but they're getting up there. They're all in their 90s.
Mm,
And
mm,
John
mm,
Kander, I think, too, is another one.
mhm.
I think John Kander's in his 90s, but
Well,
there's some,
the 90s are the new,
the
like
new 40s.
60s. I'm telling you, it's like
Absolutely, no.
it's the new
Well, my grandmother, in her 90s, she started walking 5 miles a day, but just after about a week, nobody knew where the hell she was. She just, yeah.
I mean, for example, one of your friends and our friends and performed at QPAC many times, Marilyn May.
Oh, Marilyn's a good friend. Yeah, we did a show together with a big band right before last fall, before this whole thing, the whole COVID thing hit. So,
She is just a
yeah.
powerhouse.
Oh, yeah.
She loves you. In fact, I have a quote she said about you. She said, "You are a wonderful singer who really understands and delivers the lyrics." And that's high praise coming from Marilyn.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she and I worked together, and I've worked with her. She directed my first show when I did after my first record. We did the Three Louis show. She directed that show,
Oh,
and we did it at the Metropolitan Room. So actually, I should do a little plug. There's a couple of plugs. I'm up for an award, the 2020 Broadway World Cabaret Awards.
mhm.
And if you have a chance, anyone listening, to go on, I'm in the last category. So it's a little bit of a schlep down the list, but I'm in category 52, best Zoom show performed in real time. And it'd be great to, who would have thought that this would be a thing? Like last year, this time, no one knew we'd be doing Zoom shows. No one knew what
Yeah.
Zoom was.
That's right. That's
So,
exactly right. Yes, Broadway World, and anybody can vote. In
yeah.
fact, we're being interviewed in the next few days by Stephen Mosher
Yeah, Steven's wonderful. Yeah.
for Broadway World. It's a
Right.
tremendous thrill. We look forward to that. You were also nominated for Best Male Vocalist
That was in
in National
2019.
Jazz Time, right? That was
Yes, yes. Jazz Times National Readers Poll. That was along with Harry Connick,
and Tony Bennett.
Gregory Porter, and Tony Bennett.
I mean, that's a little insane. How does that, feel?
Feels great.
That's a tremendous honor.
Till I found that I lost. No, it was no, of course, no, it really was an honor. I mean, I always find sometimes a big honor to be nominated because you get a sense that people are starting to realize, and you feel like you've arrived someplace that you've been working to get to. So it has been a tremendous honor to have that, and hopefully we'll show up again on the ballot this year.
What was
And
the Margaret Whiting Award that
yeah,
you
that one
won?
I received that in 19 as well, 2019. The American Songbook Association got together with the Margaret Whiting, the Whiting Association, with Richard Whiting being Margaret's father and another great composer, and Debbie Whiting, who's the daughter of Margaret, helps to create that award, and they've given it to several people in the jazz and cabaret world and the entertainment business, and I was the lucky recipient of the Margaret Whiting Award in 2019. So that was a real treat and a real honor as well.
Well, we know that we're going to hear the name Danny Bacher for a long time to come, and I couldn't be more pleased
Yes,
that
check her out in your local post office. Well,
well, couldn't be more pleased that we've had you perform for us live, and now, of course, on QPAC Live, and we're going to have you back again when the new theater. We anticipate the new theater going online, if you will, in September, is what they tell us,
great.
which would be a really wonderful way to celebrate the end of COVID
Oh
and the
my God,
beginning of a very celebratory time. So
absolutely. Well,
when
I'll
that
be there. I'll be
happens,
there.
we look forward to having you
Well, thank you, Susan.
share in that celebration. So, Danny, if you would,
Mhm.
we want to hear a little Louis Prima, and then we'll be back to close out the night.
You got it. Little Louis Prima for the folks that requested it. Hold on, I thought I had it up there. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here we go. I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. I pay for every dance, selling each romance, what they're saying. But there will come a day when youth will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know they'll say just a gigolo. Life goes on without me. Now I'm such a gigolo, and everywhere I go, most folks would say that I'm a player. A low-down dirty scamp, this fella is a tramp, a one-night stand, old broad betrayer. But there will come a day when youth will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know they'll say just a gigolo. Life goes on without me. I want to hear everyone sing now. 'Cause I ain't got nobody. Oh, well, there's a nobody that cares for me. Oh, I'm so sad and lonely. Sad and lonely. Sad and lonely. Want some sweet pretty mama come and take a little chance on me. 'Cause I ain't so bad. And I'll sing out old sweet love songs all of the time. She would only be oh so sweet to me if she I ain't got nobody, baby. No, and there's a nobody that cares for me. And I'm so sad and lonely. Want some sweet pretty mama come and take a chance on me. I'll play a little bit here. I ain't got nobody, baby, and there's a nobody that cares for me. Well, I'm so sad and sad and lonely, baby. Want some sweet pretty mama from QPAC come and take a chance on me. 'Cause I ain't so bad. And I'll sing out old sweet love songs all of the time. She would only be oh so sweet to me. I said, baby, sweetheart, sugar, darling, I ain't got nobody. Now I say nobody, you say nobody. And there's nobody. Let me hear you say nobody. And there's nobody. I can hear you at home. And there's nobody. Let me hear you now. And there's nobody. Now just the girls. And nobody. Now just the boys. And nobody. Sing it, everybody. Here we go. Nobody. Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody.
There is nobody. Nobody cares for me.
Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, that is Danny Bacher.
Thank
He'll
you.
be back again. We're so happy you were able to join us
My
tonight.
pleasure.
We want to see you on Tuesday for Name That Tune, Gotta Dance on
All right.
Saturday,
Oh,
and the programs that we have lined up for the next few weeks.
I should show you my
And
albums.
yes, absolutely, folks. If you wish, you can sign on to Danny's website and purchase some of his CDs there. We've got Swing It and Still
Yeah,
Happy.
Swing That Music, Still Happy. And the website is DannyBackerMusic.com. So it's very easy. And I'm very proud of this one. This is a million seller CD. You know that? Well, actually,
Amazing.
I have a million of them in my cellar. So please pick one up. And you guys were great.
You're impossible. Ruben says, outstanding. Ruben, thank you for
Thank you,
joining
Ruben.
us. Thank you all for joining us. Danny, thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
And
Good to
I
see
look
you.
forward to
Stay
seeing you
safe and
again.
healthy, everyone. Thank you.
Safe. See you soon, everyone. Bye now.